Hi, I'm Rajiv, and it's time for Mail Call, where you send me a letter and I read it out loud with a lovely cup of tea. This letter comes from Olympia, Washington, from Miss Loretta. And I say, hey Loretta, love you more than my Irish setter. Hey Loretta, don't leave me alone. Hey Loretta, swear I'm gonna treat you better. Brand new YU overalls if you only come back home. It's very exciting. Dear Rajiv, I need your advice on how to remove baubles, aka pilling, from a made in Ireland traditional Aran stitch merino wool throw, 71 inches by 38. I've been hesitant to start the process using anything in fear of pulling at the weave. I love it so much. Interestingly, I was considering sending you a DM on Insta to ask you, and then I saw your post tonight. Yay, I am lion-hearted. She was giving me her Instagram handle. You're such a joy to watch and learn from. Peace and blessings, Loretta. Loretta, very good question. How to remove pilling from woolen things? Well, before I tell you how to remove pilling from woolen things, I want to talk about what pilling actually is, because it's kind of fascinating. You buy a sweater, you have a blanket, anything made out of wool, and eventually you start seeing little balls, unsightly little balls of wool on the surface. So, in order to tell you what pilling is, I need to describe the process of how yarn is made. This right here is some sheep's fleece, and this is sheep's fleece from a farm in Canada. My friend Deborah sent me this fleece. I washed it and combed it out in preparation for spinning it on a spinning wheel. And this fleece is very high quality. This is called a staple, which is a lock of wool from the sheep's fleece. Different parts of the sheep are different lengths, and they have different textures. Like, the best wool really on a sheep's fleece is its shoulders. Belly wool, wool around its neck and ears and around its bum, that's not great fleece. So when a fleece is taken off of the sheep, it's graded into different categories. And the best wool is the wool that has a very long, what's called staple length. So this is like a curl from the sheep's fleece. And this is, like, if I pull this apart, it's still staying together, but that's like 12 inches long. So when this is spun into yarn, okay, when this gets twisted up, like this. When the staple length is very long, there are fewer ends per inch. When the staple length is very short, there are much more ends per inch. And when those microscopic bits of wool start to release themselves from the twist, those fibers come to the surface of the garment and they ball up and they form a little felt ball, which is like a pill. Those are the balls that are on top of the garment or the blanket or whatever. That's pilling. So I really, when I'm buying wool garments, I really try to buy things that are top quality. And you don't know if it's going to pill until you buy it and you start wearing it. And I have invested money into sweaters that I've purchased, and then they start pilling within a few weeks, and I think this is not good. And then there are other brands that I've purchased where I buy a wool sweater, and I have one in the closet that's 15 years old, never pilled, ever. A very fine sweater. So that's pilling. Now, if you have something that is pilling and you want to remove the pilling, so I have this sweater here. This is a cashmere sweater, and it has pilling, some slight pilling all over. But let's pick this part right here, okay? there's slight pilling over here. I can see little balls of wool over here. Okay? This is a little comb that is made specifically for removing pills from wool. And I got this years ago. You can get this at fabric stores. You can get this at department stores in the notions section, but it has a brass comb for removing the pills. And what you do is you hold the thing taut and you pull the comb in the direction that the sweater is woven in or knitted in. Or if it's a blanket, you have to do this in the same direction that the threads are running. And this gently kind of cuts the little pills off. And there, right here, there's the stuff that the comb has removed. So I have found that this little thing is the best thing for removing pills. I hope that helps, Loretta. Thanks for writing in. Keep those letters coming. If you would like to write to me, the address is Rajiv Surendra at P.O. Box 231-532, New York, New York 10023.